What's up, guys? JT here. Got a very special review to do for you guys today. I just got a screener copy in this past weekend of Trashology. I know a lot of you guys on here know about that. It's written and directed by Brian Dorton and Doug from YouTube on here, Doug Lander, my buddy. Both of those guys, great guys, good friends of mine. They finished up their movie, so they gave me a screener copy to review, and I just finished it, and I'm still laughing, LOL on the inside from some of the scenes in here. This movie was awesome. First of all, I'm gonna break it down and give you guys I'm gonna try to do a spoiler-free review for you guys. But first of all, before I do any reviewing, I just want to say that I'm very impressed and proud of Brian and Doug. They did an amazing job on this movie. It's well acted, well shot. Cinematography's awesome. The music alone deserves a soundtrack. Like, if you guys can get a soundtrack, I definitely want one. The intro credits music and the outro music, I can't remember who it's shown who the artist was, but it's just this techno song, and it's just saying "fuck me, I'm famous" over and over, and has some other lines in there, but it's just super catchy. Like, I got it stuck in my head now, and I'm just keep singing it. I'll probably go to work tomorrow and be singing it. Probably look at my boss and sing it to him. Probably not, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into the review. Like I said, but I just want to give you this movie 2 thumbs up before I do any reviewing, because Brian and Doug, you guys did an amazing job, and I can't wait to work with you guys. I'm not far from you at all. I go to these guys. I think they're from Louisville. I've hung out with them at conventions before. Doug, I haven't really got to hang out with Brian as much. I've seen him in passing maybe, but if you guys are at Scarefest, definitely I want to hang out with you. So we'll have to, do that. And I'm working on my film Killer Pants right now, and I hope to get you guys in there. Like, if you guys would do a scene in there if you're watching this, I'd love that. But anyways, review time, Trashology. A lot of people compare this movie that I've heard, and they talk about John Waters' early stuff. And and I've actually not watched a lot of John Waters' movies. I've seen very few, actually. But after watching this, if his movies are anything like this, I'm definitely checking them out. I hear Pink Flamingos is pretty crazy. I think the only one I've actually watched is Crybaby. I do believe that's a John Waters movie, but if I'm wrong, sorry. But a lot of people compare this movie to his works, and their works to his works. So I'll have to check that out. But anyways, Trashology starts off with this. I'm going to try to give no spoilers here, but it starts off with this lady. She's a film student. She's at school, and she's kind of having an affair with this film teacher. So she, she's coming out of class, and she bumps into this other guy and girl, and you'll see a familiar face in there. If you guys haven't seen him from the trailer, you probably, I'll post a link to the trailer down below. But you'll see Justin, a.k.a. Ryan 1988, in there in a cameo appearance, and that was awesome. I've hung out with Justin quite a bit. He's a really cool guy. But they give her this book, and it's Trashology, the book. And the lady takes it home, and that's kind of like the wraparound story. Like, if you've ever watched an anthology movie, a lot of times there's a wraparound story. And but as she's reading these stories, you see them unfold. There's 3 stories, one called The Vat, one called Big Debbie, and Inglorious Bitches. And all the characters intertwine. You'll see them meet each other, and just this crazy group of characters as well. All the actors did an amazing job. Rodney Horn, I believe, is the fellow's name that played Big Debbie. And he played a character in The Vat too, and he just did an amazing job. I was cracking up every time he was on screen. There was one of my favorite lines in there was he calls this other lady up, and she's like, "Are you sniffing paint?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "Yes." "No, no, no." And I was just cracking up at that. But the first story, The Vat, these 2 ladies I don't want to give everything away, but there's these two ladies. If you guys don't want any spoilers or anything, also just I don't know, maybe pause it, this video or whatever. But these two ladies are talking, and this other friend of theirs, I guess, comes over, and she's like a real religious lady, and she's trying to push her religion and stuff on them or whatever, and things get heated, and this one old lady pulls a gun out and blasts the religious lady. So they decide to dump her in this thing called the vat, which her husband, the older lady that owned the house, her husband had made, and she'd been dumping scraps and oatmeal and shit like that in there. And it's kind of funny because when I was watching this, there's a scene where the lady's dumping like oatmeal or something out in the thing, and this, it must be a Kentucky thing. I don't know if you guys got this from around here or not, but I know a lot of people, this is kind of shows how redneck I am or whatever, but I know a lot of people that take their scraps, I guess you want to call them, or whatever, and they'll dump them in, like, usually you live on hills around here, so it kind of runs off into a stream, not into the river or anything like that, but it just, it's like where maybe some water will run off of a hill or something like that, but people dump their scraps into that around here all the time. I don't know if you guys in Louisville seen that or not beforehand, but I have seen it here. But it kind of made me think of that. But anyways, and they bring her back with they decide, they start feeling bad about it or whatever, so they decide to bring her back with like a Ouija board. So she comes back, and then they're trying to kill her again, and then that story finishes up. That was a really great story. And then you come into Big Debbie, which stars Doug from on here, and Rodney Horn plays Big Debbie, a lady that gets left at the altar, and she meets up with Doug. Never met him before, but she meets him on the street. He takes her home with him, and then him and Brian, also stars Brian, they engage in some crazy sexual activities, and then shit goes wrong, and somebody gets killed. I mean, who hasn't been in that situation before? I know I have, right? Just kidding, but yeah, that one was really good. They decide to hide a body, and it just goes to show you that blackmail never pays off. I'm trying to hurry this up because I can only do 10-minute videos on my phone, but I don't want to give it all away as it is. I'm just trying to tell you guys highlights of it, and whatever. But and then the third story goes into Inglorious Bitches, and this was my favorite story. Like, I was cracking up through this whole segment here. It stars Doug and Brian, and they play their characters Melissa and shit, I've already forgot the other one's name. Melissa, I'm sorry man, I've already forgot the other name, but it stars these two ladies, and you've seen them in their other videos with their wigs, their red and green wigs on, and their get-ups on or whatever. But they decide to start killing these sex offenders, and they have an app on their phone that tells where everybody lives at. So they decide to start going house to house to kill sex offenders, and they end up in this trailer, which one of the girls was has a previous history with an owner there, so she decides to kill him. And it's pretty funny. Like, the whole trailer scene was crazy. That part was what really got me. I was like, it's like that's whenever the intense, like, craziness kicks in, and you're just like, oh man, that's awesome. And Doug had a scene in here with a vacuum cleaner. I won't spoil any of that for you, but I was literally coming off my couch laughing so hard. And the whole trailer scene was awesome. I applaud you guys for that, and finding actors and actresses that are down for that. I know how tough that is, and I just want to say great job on that, guys. And then the story wraps around with the amazing part is the wraparound. I'm not going to give that away, because I got a feeling when people buy this DVD, which I'm definitely buying a copy as soon as you guys decide who to release it through. But when they see this wraparound story, it's gonna be nuts. But people are gonna love it. I know this movie's gonna blow up. Very proud of you guys. Can't wait to see more of your films. I can't wait to actually maybe be in one. If you guys have a spot, I'll do anything. I'm crazy. JT's crazy. But that's it for this review. Go add them on YouTube. I'll put their YouTube channels down here on Facebook. I'll look them up on Facebook or whatever. Just support this movie, guys. It's amazing. And I just want to say thank you guys for sending me a screener and let me do this. Peace, guys.